Hello, in this video, I'm going to teach you how to derive quadratic equations from word problems. So basically, you are going to learn word problems leading to quadratic equations. Word problems come in different formats, but I have chosen 3 examples which I'm going to use to teach you this. And then I'm hoping that at the end of the lesson, you are going to have a proper understanding on how to form quadratic equations. So let's take the first example without wasting time. The sum of two numbers is 27 and their product is 50. Find the number. So logically, you can think and get the numbers correctly. But in a situation where you need to write down the answer and show your workings, you need to be able to derive the equation. So I'm going to show you 2 different methods which you are going to use for deriving quadratic equation from word problems. So the first one, let's take the first method, the third one. The sum of 2 numbers is 27. So in the first method, we are going to use just one unknown. That is just 1 letter, not 2 letters, 1 unknown. The sum of 2 numbers is 27. We are going to say, let that first number be x. First number is x. And then the second number will be 27 minus x, y, because their sum is 27, which means when we take away the first number from 27, we should get the second number. So this is going to be the second number, yes? And their product is 50. The product, which means multiplication. So it means that we are multiplying these 2 numbers. So we should have something like this, x brackets 27 minus x. So the product is 50, equal to 50 like this, right? So let's try to open the brackets now. X times 27, we have 27x, 27x, and then x times x, we should have minus x squared equal to 50, isn't it? Yes, now let's try to rearrange this to form a proper quadratic equation. So when we rearranged, we should have x squared minus x squared, right, plus 27x minus 50 equal to 0. So this is the same thing. When we multiply through by minus 1, so this becomes x squared, and this becomes minus 27x, and this becomes plus 50 s equal to 0. So this is the quadratic equation. So from this, you can now factorize this equation. So factorizing this equation is very simple. I have done a video lesson on how to factorize quadratic equations. So if you're having a problem, you can search for that video on my page. So here, this we multiply this. And then when we multiply this first term by the constant, so we should have plus 50x squared. So we're having plus 50x squared. Now we need to find the factors of plus 50x squared that will give us minus 27x. So, and then those factors are just minus 2x and minus 25x. So we're having these 2 guys. So we will substitute these factors into this. Yes, we will replace this 27x with this one. So we are now having x squared minus 2x in brackets, and then we have minus 25x and minus 50 in bracket equal to 0 here. So now we can factorize x is coming out. So we have just this. Let's factorize the other one. So 25 will be out, and then we should have x minus 2 here equal to 0 as well. Now we have the same term in these 2 brackets, so we just pick this one of them, this x minus 25 equal to 0. So here we should be having x equal to 2 or x is equal to 25. So these are the 2 numbers that the sum is 27 and then the product is 50. So 2 plus 25, we get 27, and then 2 times 25, we should have 50 as well. So it's quite simple. So this is the first method. So let's quickly do the second method. In this second method, we are going to use two unknown variables, that is two letters here, x and y. So you can decide to use any letter of your choice, but x and y are the commonly used letters in mathematics. So I think I'm also addicted to using x and y. So I'm going to use x and y in this case. If you like, you can use m and n, a and b, or p and q, whatever letter you have chosen to use. It doesn't matter. So here we are using x and y. So the sum of two numbers is 27, right? So we are just going to select those two numbers be x and y, x and y. So let the numbers be x and y, and then their sum is 27, which means x plus y is 27. Yes. So here we're going to be deriving what we call quadratic simultaneous equation. So this is the first equation, equation 1, and then we are going to consider the second statement, and their product is 50. So which means x times y, right, is 50. So this is the second equation, yes, that we are going to be working with here in this equation. So let's make y the subject of the equation here, or x the subject of the equation. So we can choose to use y or x at the subject of the equation, but let's use y. So here we are using y at the subject of the equation in equation 1, so which means y will be equal to 27 minus x. So this is equation 3. Then we are going to substitute this value in this. So whenever we see y, that is in equation 2, we replace it with this 27 minus x here, and this is the equation here. So which means we have x times, so let's use bracket this time, 27 minus x equal to what? 50. Yes. So we got 50. So open the brackets, you have 27x minus x squared equal to 50. So when we rearrange this equation again, we need to rearrange it to get a proper quadratic equation. So you are going to have x squared. Okay, let's try to. So we have minus x squared, yes, plus 27x minus what, 50 equal to 0. So multiplying through by minus 1, you should have x squared minus 27x plus 50 equal to 0. And then you can see you have gotten the same quadratic equation like this one, the same quadratic equation, and then you just factorize, that is x minus 2 to factorize, and then you have x minus 25 like this equal to 0. So x is 2 as usual, and x is 25. So this is the second method, which is a quadratic simultaneous equation. Very simple. So let's take another example. The second example says the product of two numbers is 24 and the mean is 5. Find the numbers. The products of two numbers is 24. So we are going to use the second method here. So let's go. We are going to select those numbers be x and y. So let's the numbers be x and y, right? So x and y. So our numbers are going to be x and y. So since the products of those two numbers is 24, it means x times y is 24. The first equation is formed. And then the mean is 5. So which means the mean is the average. Yes, so that is x plus y divided by 2. Since there are two numbers, and it's 5. So here we just cross multiply. So this multiplies this, so to form the equation. So we are having something like this, plus y equal to 10. So this is your second equation. Yes. So let's try to make y the subject of the equation here in equation 2. So y will be equal to 10 minus x. So this can be your equation 3 now. And then we substitute this value of y to this in this equation 1 now. So which means we are having x times the value of y, which is 10 minus x in bracket equal to what? What do we have? 24, yes, 24. So let's open the bracket here. We have 10x, we have x squared, and then we have 24. And when we rearrange this equation again, we should be having x, let's see, this is going to be x squared minus 10x plus 24 equal to 0. So you're having a proper quadratic equation, and then you can factorize. When we factorize this, so by factorization, we should have x minus 4, and then x minus 6 equal to 0. So those numbers are just 4 and 6. So we can see 4 times 6 is 24, and yes, you can check if you want to check. Someone is still asking question how I got this 10. So I'm going to show you again. So let me just erase this and show you. I've been explaining how to factorize quadratic equations. So I'm going to do it again for proper understanding. So again, so just multiply the first term by this, and then you're having 24x squared plus 24x squared rather. So the two factors of plus 24x squared, so that will give us minus 10x. When we sum them together are just minus 4x and what? Minus 6x. Yes, so we replace these two numbers or factors, or replace by taking away this 10 minus 10 out, to replace this minus 10x with these two factors. So let's see, x squared minus 4x here, and then minus 6x in brackets, then minus 24 equal to 0. So when you factorize, you're having x minus 4, and then you're having minus 6x here, and then x minus 4 again equal to 0. And then we have x minus 4, right? And then x minus 6, so equal to 0. So basically x is 4 or 6. So the two numbers are this. So this is how we factorize the quadratic equation. So we can see how we derive the equation, and then we're able to solve the problem. So let's take the next example. So in this problem, we're going to interpret the question again as usual using letters. We are still going to use the second method. The sum of two numbers is 9. So let those numbers be x and y as usual. So x and y, since their sum is 9, which means x plus y is 9. So those two numbers will be x and y, and the sum is 9. So this is the first equation, right? Equation 1. And then the squares of the numbers is 41. So which means the square of this number, we square this. This is also square. And then it's 41. So this is the second equation. Yeah, we are going to be working with these two equations. So again, as usual, we just make y the subject of the equation in equation 1 here. So y will be equal to 9 and minus x. So this is equation 3. Then we can substitute the value of y into this now. So in equation 2, so which means you have x squared plus 9 brackets x. Mind you, the value of our y here is y squared, so we are going to square this. Bracket this and square it, yes, and the result is 41. Yes, What else again? So let's find the value of this. So this will be x squared plus 81 minus 18 x plus x squared equal to 41. Yes, that is when you expand this, that is 9x minus all times 9x, you are going to get this equation. Okay, so x squared plus 81 minus 18x squared plus x squared. So when we rearrange, so we're having x squared plus x squared, we should be having 2x squared. Okay, so let's take away this. So 2x squared, yes. And then we have minus 18x, just rearrange first and see. And then we have plus 81, so minus 41. Now this cross this equal signs, changes to minus sign, so equal to 0. So we should have 2x squared minus 18x plus 40 equal to 0. So this is the equation that we need, this quadratic equation, and then we can factorize this quadratic equation. But look at it, the coefficient of the first term is 2, second is 18, and then the last one is 40. So the constant, so we can divide through by these two, which means 2 divide this, and then we should have x squared minus 9x plus 20 equal to 0. So factorize this equation as usual. So your x will be x minus 4 and then x minus 5 in brackets. Yes. So equal to 0. So basically x is 4 or x is 5. So we can say those two numbers are just 4 and this 4 and this 4 and 5. 4 and 5. So check the question. So the square of this will give us 4 plus 5 is 9. And then the square of 4 is 16. And then plus square of 5, which is 25. So we should have 41. So you can see we are correct. Yes. So this is how to derive quadratic equations from word problems. I'm sure you have learned something from this video. And you can now derive quadratic equations from word problems and solve them to get your answer. Please, to show proper understanding, try this question and write your answer in the comment box. Thank you for taking your time to watch this video. Please do like it, share it. And if you are not following my page, please endeavor to follow it for proper understanding of mathematics and more updates. Thank you. Bye-bye.